This tutorial is going to be about basic use of the pen tool in Illustrator. So firstly, on Illustrator, I'm going to make File New or Command N, a new page. At the moment, I've just got it set up as Landscape and Letter. I'll click OK, and I come up with my new page. Now, over in the toolbar where you're going to use the pen tool, and you can see as I scroll over it, the letter P is the quick key. So if I click P, I get my pen tool. If I click and let go, I'm going to get a straight line. Click and let go, I'm just going to get a straight line between those points. You'll see when I go over the final or that first point, the icon beside the pen shows up as a small circle, and that means I'm going to close that line and it now becomes a path. While it's highlighted, I'm just going to go delete, delete again so it's gone. This time, if I click and let go, but I come up here and I click and I drag, you get Bezier handles coming out of that point. And they work together. Move one and it moves the other. So again, if I click and drag, click and drag, click and drag, I start getting these lines coming out. You can see here as well that if I want to finish that line, if I hold down the Command key on a Mac, it changes from the pen tool to the select tool. If I click outside that shape, I've deselected it. If I wanted to pick it up again, I could hold down the Command, click on it, and while I'm holding down the Command, I can still move it using that selection tool. Deselect it again. If I come over the end of the path with the pen tool, you can see the icon changes from an asterisk to a line. So it means I can click and I can drag and I can continue that path on. I can bring it to that first point, click and drag, and I've joined it. It's now a shape. The other thing with the pen tool, if I go over an existing point, you can see the white dot here of a point. If I go over it with the pen tool, it comes up with a minus. If I click, I delete that point. If I go over a line where there's no point, you can see a little plus comes up. Click on that, and I've added a point. If I hold down the Option key on a Mac, it changes to the Convert Point tool. So I can click here, I can click and drag. If I click on it again, it changes it to a corner point. Click and drag, it's a curve. If I click on one of these handles, they move independently. While I'm holding down the Option key, if I come over the line, the icon changes to an arrowhead with a curve underneath it. I can click and it will bring out the Bezier handles that relate to that curve. Again, I can move that independently. If I want them both to work together, click and drag on that point, and there you have it. If we come over here, the direct selection tool, which is A, so if I click A, it'll give me that, lets me click on points and move them. I can still change the handles, but I can now move these points. If I want to move, you can see if I click on this line, there's 1 point and 2 point, another point here. If I click off and I drag around, you can see all of these are white and these have darkened, so I've selected those 2 points. So now if I move one, I move both of those points. If I drag around this whole side of the shape, you can see the same thing. All these points have darkened. These are white and open. If I move it, this whole half moves. If everything's deselected, if I click on it and I hit delete, it gets rid of just that curve. You can see all of these are darkened now, so if I hit delete again, it gets rid of everything. Command Z will undo that. If I click off, click on another curve, delete, takes out just that section.